Am I the asshole for copying the joke my husband played on me? I have been struggling to keep up with the mess my husband has been making around the house. He's got PTSD and suffers from anxiety and depression, which means he often creates mess and struggles to tidy it up. I try to be understanding, and I don't mind so much if it's a little bit of clutter. It's the empty crisp packets, sweetie wrappers, juice cans, bottles, and dirty plates, glasses, cups that I really can't stand. I'm going away for a few days on a course for work. So I tidied and cleaned all rooms in the house so that I don't have loads to come back to. Since then, I've found various bits of rubbish and dirty clothing left by my husband when he's well aware that I've just cleaned up. The other day, he put a biscuit wrapper on the radiator where I would see it to see if I would say anything to him about it. Obviously I did. And he laughed when I said I was annoyed and told me it was just a joke. I told him I didn't think it was funny, and I was having to use my weekend to tidy up his mess. Cut to now. He's finished a full box of tea cakes and left the empty box on the counter in the kitchen, roughly 1 away from the bin, in an effort to show him how annoying it is when people leave things lying around. And to copy his joke from yesterday, I took the rubbish and put it atop his gaming laptop. No crumbs. Just a dry empty box. He's had a tantrum, told me I'm being horrible and doing things to get a response out of him. Thrown some stuff. Then told me I've ruined our night. Also said I had to go further to put it on his laptop than just put it in the bin. So why didn't I just do that? I asked him if it's so easy. Why didn't he put it in the bin? Petty, perhaps. But he doesn't realize how frustrating it is. I also understand that having mental health issues can make it difficult to keep on top of things. But I feel like he uses it as an excuse sometimes. Not the asshole throwing things is a giant red flag. He needs counseling. Not the asshole. If he's well enough to fetch snacks and play games, then he's well enough to clean up his crap. He's being disrespectful of your shared space. Not the asshole. Amazing how not funny it is when suddenly it's a minor inconvenience to him. What a flaming R. Isn't he doing things to get a reaction out of you? Maybe I'm petty, but I'd escalate. Dump a whole garbage can on his OC. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. PTSD allows a person to be a messy and not take responsibility. I am not an expert, but this seems a bit of a stretch. Especially after the manipulation disguised as a joke. If he really has PTSD, he should be in therapy. There are better treatments. If he refuses, I would think twice about his maturity level and seek assistance with his attitude about treating you like a servant, etc. He's intentionally messing with you and then being rude when the joke is on him. Let him live in his filth. Stay with a friend for a while after you get back. You're in the UK. Anyway, leave him. Not enough upside to the situation. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. He's using weaponized incompetence so he never has to do anything. Keep putting his garbage on his laptop until he learns where the garbage can is. Not the asshole. And if he thinks it's so funny, I really don't think his mental health can be blamed for his habits. Sounds more like he's made you his mother. Not the asshole. What does PTSD have any with cleaning up after himself? This guy is acting like a boy. Next time, put the empty box in the cupboard. Two things can be true at the same time. Your husband can legit have PTSD and struggle mightily with that. And he can also be using this condition to avoid taking on adult responsibility. It sounds like he wants a mother more than a wife. You are not the asshole. Not the asshole. Why are you two still married? Also, why are you two not in counseling? Nah, this is just him being able to dish it out, but unable to take it. You should keep doing it when he doesn't clean up. Not the asshole. I am not as understanding as you are. I would not give him a pass on picking up his own stuff. It seems as if he enjoys you doing his bidding, maybe a power thing. Time for counseling to nip this in the bud, and if he refuses to go or is uncooperative, then it is time to leave. You can do much better. Not the asshole. Having mental health issues can absolutely affect the motivation, but that's him being an asshole. Not having a mental illness. He does it because you clean up after him. I have depression and anxiety, and yet I can somehow see my way to throw wrappers in the bin. Especially after someone just cleaned the area. I also see my husband leave his garbage on the counter. Yeah, no. Right on top of where the garbage bin is, under the counter. It's men being fucking babies. Not mentally ill. But he doesn't realize how frustrating it is. Yes, he does. If he's playing jokes by leaving stuff around intentionally to annoy you, he realizes how frustrating it is. He's doing it on purpose. Not the asshole. Please OP, get a divorce. Not the asshole at all. Sounds like he is using his PTSD as an excuse to be a jerk to you. The whole testing you business and the throwing things is a huge red flag. Coming from someone who also has PTSD, anxiety, and depression, I'm wondering where he is finding time to joke. Not the asshole. But your husband certainly is. He is weaponizing his PTSD, anxiety and depression as an excuse for being the kind of deadbeat male partner so many women complain about on Reddit. And he's not content to just manipulate and take advantage of you like that. He's getting his jollies fucking with you like a total asshole. And then darvoing you by turning things around and playing the victim when he is the one in the wrong. Honestly, your husband sounds like a professional victim in general. Please, get yourself into therapy because you are in an abusive situation. Not the asshole. He does understand how frustrating it is. He doesn't care. It's totally fine when he does it to you. When you do it to him, he goes ballistic. If it were a symptom of his mental illness, he wouldn't have lost it on you. NTA. Try thinking a bit about how you feel when you're away and how you feel when you're home. If he already has a therapist, you can email them and just say, hey, I don't know how to handle this situation. He exploded when he was treated the same way. I know it feels like tattling, but that kind of explosion is something the therapist should know about. PTSD, anxiety and depression. He can just cherry pick any of those as an excuse for him needing to be cleaned up after like a child. Now can't he? Don't get me wrong. These are serious. But man, his tantrum tells me he's working it. And working it hard. Not the asshole. You are enabling the behavior. Pile his messes up and leave them for him. He married a woman, not a maid.